Welcome, students. This is Professor Andre Milich, and this is your lecture on mindfulness. In today's classroom, the overview of what I will be talking about is that the experience of mindfulness, what does it look like, some of the angles relating to it, what are the health and wellness benefits, mindfulness in the college curriculum, and how are there examples and experiences of mindfulness that you can see out in the world. The psychological benefits, it stops rumination or reduces it significantly. Stress is reduced through mindfulness. There's a boost to working memory and how quickly you can access certain pieces of memory that will be important to you in your daily functioning. Increased focus through mindfulness, less emotional reactivity, more cognitive flexibility. So these are all benefits that tie also to a sense of well-being, a sense of functioning with greater ease, and a sense of feeling more productive and being able to get things done in a more meaningful way. Looking at the health benefits, there's research that supports increased immune function and decreased pain. When you think about the impact of stress on the body, it has a very negative impact when there's high levels of stress that can cause the body to get ill or have certain types of triggers that include high blood pressure, a feeling of uh, unease, pain that manifests in the body. So, using mindfulness for the benefit of our daily experience and our careers is not only good for productivity, but is great for helping improve our health benefits as long as we're also taking the initiative to eat well and exercise regularly. So, where did I get the inspiration for this lecture? Is from these two sources, and well, these two authors that created this contemplative mind uh, work and research. When looking at cognitive and academic performance, mindfulness meditation may improve ability to maintain preparedness and orient attention. So that means that mindfulness can help individuals focus on what they need to focus, eliminate the impact of distractions, and that can be seen to help the individual become more focused on what they need to do, dedicate a greater level of attention to the tasks that are pertinent and time sensitive, and also have a sense of being more organized and prepared. Mindfulness meditation may improve the ability to process information quickly and accurately. When individuals are more stressed and not as mindful, there's a higher possibility that they will not process everything the way that they need to, and that individuals make unnecessary mistakes. So, the use of mindfulness meditation can help not only students, but everybody in the academic setting be more focused and dedicated to being on the ball, being uh, more sharp when working on their tasks at hand. So cognitive and achievement performance, concentration-based meditation practiced over a long term may have a positive impact on academic achievement. So you may want to think about how can meditation practiced regularly impact academic results. If it's allowing students to be more focused, more organized, more oriented towards what needs to get done, of course, their academic performance is going to be reflected in getting higher grades and feeling more accomplished and connecting better with other students and their faculty. So, having a concentration based meditation practice is great, but the real benefits happen over consistent implementation of the meditation over time. The meditation practices can vary. There's very different modalities and types of experiences that are out there. So the key factor for the benefit is that it is practiced over time and utilized consistently. Development of the whole person, meditation can support development of creativity. Meditation supports and enhances the development of skills needed for interpersonal relationships. So it helps with the way individuals connect with each other, with their families, with their significant others, and with individuals that they're working with or engaging with. There's also empathic responses that are increased with meditation and mindfulness practices. And meditation may help cultivate self comparison. When looking also at meditation, it may help cultivate self compassion. One of the challenges that many individuals, especially students, face is that they may have more compassion for other people than they have for themselves. And why is that? It's usually high achieving students tend to be really hard on themselves. They're goal oriented. They want to make sure that they achieve the best that they can. They want to be competitive amongst their colleagues. Their success in their careers is really important to them. And oftentimes, in that push to be successful, there's a lack of self compassion. And we need to be good to ourselves. We need to realize that we have achieved a lot and we're going to achieve a lot more. And we can achieve it with a sense of being more thoughtful in how we treat ourselves and understanding that bringing self compassion can really impact the overall sense of well being for individuals. So, mindfulness education, what is it? We're looking at the pedagogical practices that encourage personal growth and learning through the cultivation of conscious awareness of choice and ethical and relational context. It's beneficial for both students and teachers. It instills values as humanity, curiosity, open mindedness, empathy, and caring for others. Being mindful is being more consistent, more cautious, more present, and more intentional. Oftentimes, people realize that they go into these automatic modes of performing, and it may be successful and it may be effective to a certain extent. But when we are mindful, there's usually a much higher benefit in the way that we are accomplishing the tasks we need to accomplish, in the way that we feel the accomplishment of what we're doing over time, and the overall ability to maintain our sense of peace and well being. So, what are some mindfulness practices that are good to use on a regular basis that have been positively seen in various mindfulness publications and through different experiences that I've had or colleagues of mine? So, weekly and class exercises about mindful drawing, listening, yoga, or sitting, a log, a journal, or a blog, active student participation, first person investigations, experiential learning exercises. Some individuals get a lot of benefit from taking mindful walks where they're paying attention to what is around them and being really intentional and being present in the moment. Others get a benefit from sitting silently and letting go of thoughts. So there's various ways to be able to utilize mindfulness that can be effective. Some people like to collage, some like to draw, some like to write. So the practices are designed to help students and teachers develop clear, calm, and concentrated states of awarenesses, and that's what we're going to look to do in this class, is utilize various resources to be more mindful, to put it into practice, because it's not only important to talk about it and understand it, but it's more important to find what works for you, because what might work for you may not work for other individuals. And having mindfulness present in the classroom, beneficial for academic, athletic, and interpersonal focus, and it'll reduce stress and anxiety. This is a toolbox for mindfulness practices that could be really helpful. So, mindful music, mindful eating, walking or movement, self reflection, poetry, sitting, visualization, mindful art, journaling, aphorisms, or storytelling. So, these are some questions to ponder for self reflection on global interdependence. So, what factors have led to recent struggles in your life? This is something that is important to consider. What factors have led to recent struggles in the world? You always want to look at what's happening in your life, but also what's happening on a global, national, state, and local scale. What factors impact your struggles and the struggles of others in the world? What choices do you make that affect the happiness of others in the world? So you want to be thinking about not only your mindfulness, but where you fall in the world and what are some of the things going on, because struggles of the world and at different levels impact you, but also you can impact the way that others experience those struggles that are happening. Sometimes we can't stop the struggles from occurring, but we can help others be more mindful in the process of dealing with them. This is a great aphorism or a quote that I felt really impacted by. We're all connected. What affects one affects all in the web of life called Earth. And this was by Chief Seattle, who's a Native American leader, an indigenous leader in our country that many years ago led his people. We are all connected. What affects one affects all in the web of life that we call Earth. So we are not separate from each other. We're all connected in one way or another. So our being mindful helps others for the better as well. Activity for quotes and moral storytelling. Sit quietly and relax for a minute. Read aloud slowly the entire text. Each person reading one or two sentences and passes it along. The reading will then continue to the left to the next reader. 1 minute of silence and reflection between each read passage. Sharing a word or short phrase in response to the reading just gives voice to the word without explanation or discussion. 1 minute of silence and reflection. Share what the passage means to you with your group and listen attentively without correcting, judging, or disputing. When somebody is correcting, judging, or disputing, they're often not even paying attention to the reading. They're just thinking about how are they going to respond to the triggers of the reading or whatever they're listening to. When one person reads a short passage one last time, it will be followed by another minute of silence. So this is something you could practice in a small group that could be really impactful when looking at mindfulness. This is a little story relating to moral storytelling that I think you will enjoy. The Ant and the Chrysalis. An ant nimbly running about in the sunshine in search of food came across a chrysalis that was very near its time to change. The chrysalis moved its tail and thus attracted the attention of the ant, who then saw for the first time that it was alive. Poor, pitiable animal, cries the ant disdainfully. What a sad fate is yours. While I can run hither and thither at my pleasure, and if I wish ascend the tallest tree, you lie imprisoned here in your shell, with power only to move a joint or two of your scaly tail. The chrysalis heard all this, did not make any reply. A few days after, when the ant passed that way again, nothing but the shell remained. Wondering what had become of the contents, he felt himself suddenly shaded and fanned by the gorgeous wings of a beautiful butterfly. Behold in me, said the butterfly, your much pitied friend. Boast thou of your powers to run and climb, as long as you can get me to listen. So saying, the butterfly rose in the air and borne along and aloft on the summer breeze, was soon lost to the sight of the ant forever. So we could get a lot from this story. Sometimes we look at other people and we shouldn't judge their situation because there's always greatness, even in those that seem like they're in the most difficult of situations. And every living creature has the opportunity for greatness. But there's many other things that you might have gotten out of this story. So I leave you with this story for this class, and think about how are you being mindful not only to yourself, but with your interactions to others, and how are you leaving others? Are you leaving them inspired? Are you leaving them more intention on being mindful, or are you judging and assessing them? So take this into your weekly practice as you move forward in becoming mindful not only as a student, but as a professional as well.